So welcome tonight to Beyond the Kit. My name is Jeanette McLeod. I'm a Platinum Leader with Young Living Essential Oils. This is where we get to share information about the products and supplements beyond the kit, beyond the premium starter kit that most of us decide to start with Young Living. The interesting thing about the products with Young Living, there's over 400 or 450 products in Young Living, and they stem from personal care products, oils, skincare, supplements, just everything you can really imagine. That is what we have. So it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know some of these products, and I had a great time learning about MindWise and Multigreens, the one that I'm going to hopefully teach you a thing or two about tonight. First of all, the one thing that I want to point out, and I've heard this been said multiple times, did you know, in fact, that Young Living, Gary Young, develops the supplements, and he has never developed a supplement or an oil blend without somebody in mind. So remember that any of the products we have are because of someone. Gary's seeing a need in somebody and wanting to fill that need. So I think that that's pretty cool. I think that that is definitely a company that I want to be a part of and affiliated with, and a man who's obviously got great vision. So with no further ado, I did put together a PowerPoint presentation I want to share with you, because what I decided to do was kind of dissect the ingredients. I can tell you till the cows come home that you should be drinking MindWise or you should be taking Multigreens, but I wanted to really break them down into the ingredients that we have. So we're going to start with MindWise. A lot of you probably haven't heard about it, haven't seen it, and when I went to convention 2 years ago, we heard incredible testimonials. So if you're curious about hearing incredible testimonials, private message me after this and I will share it privately with you. Let's get started with MindWise. So MindWise is a very fundamental supplement, and you'll find out why here. So I look at MindWise and I think, okay, what's in it? Let's take a look. I'm going to stop you there. If you're on the call and you have not muted yourself, please mute yourself now so that the rest of the people are not interrupted. All right, so here we've got MindWise. What's in it? So when I was looking at the ingredients, and true enough, you can do this too. You can just look at it, and I've cited a lot of resources for you. Cold-pressed sachi inchi nuts from the Peruvian Amazon. One thing that is incredible about Young Living is Gary Young scours all parts of the earth for the ingredients and the best ingredients. Okay, so it's got sachi inchi nuts. That sounds wonderful. What the heck does that mean? So I looked at it, a rich source of omega fatty acids. So there's omega fatty acids in the sachi inchi nuts that we've got in the MindWise, and it's also a great source of protein, fiber, and antioxidants. Great, we all need protein, we all need fiber, fabulous. But wait, so I'm not a green, I'm not a researcher, I'm not that wise old owl, but when I start looking at this, it gets me pretty interested. I'm like, okay, everybody says we need omega fatty acids, and they're so good for you, but why is that? Like, what about it makes it so important for us to have? So in particular, I don't know if I say the A or whatever that symbol is, but we have linolenic acid. It is popular, this one in particular, this fatty acid, is popular for preventing and treating diseases of the heart, preventing heart attacks, lowering blood pressure, and lowering cholesterol, treat rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, MS, diabetes. Whoa, hold the phone. This is from the sachi inchi nuts that we are going to find here. So that is pretty incredible. So when you Google anything to do with omega fatty acids, in particular this linolenic acid, this is over and over and over again some of the things that you're going to see about it. And I looked on webmd.com, and this is where I got this information from right here. There were multiple sources that kind of confirmed this also. So let's take a look at what's in the second line, MCT. So medium chain triglycerides. I bet you some of you have already heard of this. I know my milkman talks about MCT and, you know, does his thing around that. And I have no clue. I have no clue what MCT is, so I had to go looking for that. And what it is it's a dietary fat that give lots of different health benefits. So the one thing that I noticed is a lot of it had to do with fat burning, weight loss, maintaining healthy weight. So of course, my brain went up and I go, what? MCT? This is what I need for fat burning. Ketones, that is also great for getting your body into a great state so that it's optimal and that it is fat burning and doing exactly what it needs to. So it promotes the development of ketones. And it's thought to have a positive effect on the autoimmune reaction characteristic to the aging process. So we take MCT to potentially grow younger. So that's kind of exciting. And now this is MCT. I'm talking about an ingredient in MindWise, MCT. And it's been proven useful in treating a number of medicinal disorders. So we've got, it listed a bunch of them. We've got the pancreatitis, cystic fibrosis, celiac disease, Crohn's. It did list multiple sclerosis and fibromyalgia and those kinds of things also. But I mean, we do want to be careful about that. We're not saying that, hey, you know, taking MCT is going to cure you or whatever. That's not at all what we're saying. But this has been proven a useful supplement along with a proper lifestyle, I would say. So moving on. So been pretty interesting. So those are just the first two ingredients. So we're looking at heart health, really good heart health, fat burning, providing lots of antioxidants already just in the first two ingredients. Okay, Alcar, promote heart health, reduce nerve pain. Anybody seeing a theme here? MindWise has ingredients that may promote heart health, reduce nerve pain, improved mental and physical performance, and increased energy, focus, and strength. Kevin loves this supplement and claims he can really see a difference in the mental performance, just kind of lifting that brain fog and having that focus. GPC. So I looked this up. Interesting, another theme. Cognitive decline reduces significantly. Fascinating. Appears to significantly improve cognition in a person with Alzheimer's. So it actually is talking GPC very specific here. So that's kind of fascinating. Please reach out to me if you'd like to hear anything crazy regarding this slide. Bioidentical CoQ10. So CoQ10, we've heard about this. It's come up every once in a while. That's why we want to take Omega Gives. It's got the CoQ10. And why? Why would that be so important? Because it produces more energy for our cells. And it boosts, ding, 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 heart health. Acts as an antioxidant. It reduces signs of normal aging. I don't mean booze. I mean boost immune system and supports nervous system. So really neat. That the one thing that I find like awesome about our supplements is that they all mean something. They all matter to each other. So this is very, like, you kind of understand where we're going with this product here and who it's going to benefit. I think it'll benefit everybody. I think everybody should be on this. So you can really kind of hone in on who you think this is going to help a lot. So let's look at what comes next. Vitamin D3. So vitamin D3 is super important. Many of us should be on it. There's been lots of studies that the further away from the equator you are, you should be on high doses of vitamin D3. Myself having lupus, I've read lots of things about, you know, lupus being a vitamin D deficiency and that such thing. So it's important for regulation of calcium and phosphorus absorption. So it helps our body do what it needs to do. Vitamin D3 also helps with our healthy bones and teeth. And it's suggested to supply a protective effect against multiple diseases and conditions. So here we've kind of got a bit of preventative. Instead of, you know, dealing with our problems after, we want to be preventative in it. So MindWise has all these essential oils in it, and now all of our supplements have essential oils in it. And I'm sure you already know that. That's just one of those things that Young Living is super cool for. And the essential oils that are in MindWise are peppermint, fennel, anise, lemon, and lime. And they're all going to work synergistically together to support any of those other ingredients. That's what it's meant to do, is to support the other ingredients that I just talked about. And if you look on the ingredient list, there is turmeric, which is pretty cool because turmeric's been all over Facebook for all of the amazing things that it can do. So there is our MindWise. I'm just going to shoot back here so you can see. Oh, I didn't have, I'll just go through it really quickly again in case you needed it for your notes. So we have MindWise. It was the Sachi Inchi, and that was really great for heart, anything heart related. Then we had the MCT, and that was around weight loss, ketones, aging. Then we had Alcar, which again was heart health and improved mental performance. GPC, the rate of cognitive, so that was all cognitive, GPC, and the Alzheimer's, and the CoQ10, again for cells, heart, immune system. So the vitamin D3, you can find lots of information on D3, and then of course our essential oils. So that is MindWise. It, I think, has the potential to really up your game when it comes to mental function, and it's going to give you a ton of vitamins and nutrients that are important for overall function, heart function, and good health. So like nerves, if you've got chronic illness, something like that, you're going to have a really great boost. I also love this product because it comes in liquid form. You give it a really good shake. It tastes like a little bit different than Ningxia, but not too different. My kids love it. I just mix it in with the Ningxia, and it's down the hatch. So they love this too. Really easy to give it to them. And I know, of course, and trust where it's coming from. So that, my friends, is MindWise. On to Multigreens. I take Multigreens every day. I'm a strong believer in Multigreens, and what I believe Multigreens is amazing for is my energy. So it talks about being a nutritious chlorophyll formula, and it boosts your vitality and circulatory system. Chlorophyll has been known to be very, very good, and this is the kind of formula that we have here. So I just put the supplement facts on it, and again, I'm going to run through the ingredients for you. You'll see bee pollen, barley, spirulina, eleuthero root, alfalfa, and Pacific kelp. I didn't do the amino acids, and there were a few other ones I left out just for time's sake. But we're going to run through some of the ingredients that Multigreens has in it that is so cool. So the top ingredient was bee pollen, and it is great for improving endurance and vitality and building new blood, extending longevity. And I found this one really interesting. Bee pollen can actually help reduce cravings and addictions. So that's kind of cool. And of course, bee pollen is really great just for infections and preventing infectious diseases like cold and flu. Just is that preventative measure, again, keeping us really healthy and aiding recovery from chronic illness. So again, it's just building our building blocks back up to where they need to be for our body to function properly. And it's also great for regulating the intestines. So if you know anybody who has maybe problems with the intestines, bee pollen would be a great thing to point them toward. So it also has barley grass juice. And now this contains beta carotene. And look at all the vitamin Bs. We know that vitamin Bs are really important for us to have. B1, B2, B6, and B12 right there. as well as the folic acid, potassium, calcium, iron, phosphorus, and magnesium just from the barley grass juice that is in this. So other constituents are chlorophyll, amino acids, protein, fiber, and enzymes. So if you need a little extra enzyme help, this would be a great one to have. So again, I say, well, what great chlorophyll. We all know that chlorophyll is so good for you, but why is chlorophyll so good? Because it helps with healing. It should say wound, helps in wound healing. Hormonal balance, deodorizing and detoxification of the body, and it promotes digestive health. Also helps with inflammatory conditions. So really a whole gamut of things that this is good for. So again, the chlorophyll found in the barley grass juice is great for the wounds, hormones, detoxification, and digestion. Spirulina, I heard this on a documentary a little while ago. Spirulina is a superfood. It's considered an amazing superfood that provides tons of nutrients to the body and of course has amazing antioxidant properties. It also is said to have anti-inflammatory properties. I wrote down that it has anti-cancer properties. I encourage you to take a look further into that if that interests you. And it may be effective against anemia. There were a few things that it did claim to improve symptoms on, like blood pressure, allergic rhinitis, and that kind of thing. Then we have alfalfa. So it was interesting. It was referred to as the father of all foods. So traditionally, alfalfa is used to kickstart your appetite and ease digestion. It's also rich in vitamins A, C, and K. So that interested me because we've already got tons of our vitamin B that's being taken. So now they're incorporating alfalfa to provide the A, C, and K. Again, antioxidants, minerals, magnesium, calcium, and iron. And also, alfalfa is amazing for flushing toxins out of your body. Pacific kelp. This was by far the most fascinating to me. There was a story that was told about the Pacific kelp. I'm running over time. I'm sorry, folks. I'll wrap it up soon. The Pacific kelp was really interesting because what they would do is, I can't remember where it was, but the story went, they lived in the mountains. They would come down from the mountains every year. They would gather the seaweed and the kelp, and they would dry it and eat it all year round. And they called it, well, they were asked, why do you eat this kelp? And they just said, to guard the heart. So that's how I remember Pacific kelp is great for protecting your heart, rich in iodine, calcium, and minerals. Great for maintaining a healthy heart. Fractured bones tend to fuse more quickly when patients take a kelp supplement. Isn't that fascinating? Healing time is reduced by 20%. Here it is, the mountains of Peru. So here's the story. Kelp hit the spotlight a few years back when dental researcher was engaged in an international study of tooth decay. Among his subjects were tribal peoples living at 16,000 feet in the Andes mountain of Peru. While working with these tribes, he noticed that they carried these little bags. Out of curiosity, he looked in and discovered kelp. When he asked his study subjects why they made the long trip from the mountains to the ocean to bring back seaweed, they replied, to guard the heart. So another one that's fantastic for guarding your heart. Some of you have already seen this study. This is right out of one of our reference guides, and it talks about how in a clinical experience, it was shown that a Multigreens formula will have a 42% blood absorption in 24 hours. After adding essential oils to the formula, blood absorption increased to 64% in only 30 minutes and 86% in 1 hour. So way more effective when we have the essential oils with it to open our cells up and welcome all of those wonderful nutrients into our bloodstream and into our body. So again, we've got Multigreens and we've got MindWise. I love both products and I think they're absolutely amazing. I haven't checked out any of the comments, but hopefully you guys are able to converse. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to cut Beyond the Kit off now because I have overrun my time. Thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to stay for the Juice with Jeanette, it'll start here in about 10 minutes. Thank you and have a good night.